matter what happens, we got each other. Look through the eyes of a kid trying to do it big. Think you tore dead and you know that be the Reds. Let's go. T-W-O, you better recognize T-W-O, you know we on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, twinners of all ages, thank you for joining us again on this evening's
Dad Talks.
Dad Talks. I'm the dad. These are
I thought you were a brother.
these are the twins, Brock and Blaze. So, what I say we were gonna do at the beginning of each Dad Talk last night.
Joke.
Joke. That's right. So
What's
guess
the
what?
joke?
I just found out what type of doctor Dr. Pepper is.
What?
He's a physician. Anyways.
You probably will never make me laugh first. Yeah, probably.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge.
Oh.
Okay. So today's topic is dealing with hard times. Do you guys know anything about dealing with hard times?
Yes. Yes.
So let's just take a couple seconds or a couple minutes to talk about some hard times that we've had to deal with our family.
It's actually not a couple. It's like 20 minutes.
I mean, like the first part of the show, bro. Anyways, so we're gonna take a couple minutes, not 20 minutes, to talk about a few things that have been hard times for us and our family, and then we'll talk about ways you can cope with those hard times, and just dealing with hard times in general. First, man, in 2008, some of you know, most of you know, that I did have an aneurysm, and that was very it's debilitating. I still show symptoms now. Symptoms, not symptoms, but
He walks weird.
long-term effects, right? Like he said, I do walk weird.
Is it right side?
I do. So I have a little bit of a limp. I have a hard time coming up with words. I know what I want to say, but it's just my brain is not pushing them through the stratosphere like it should. And it affected my right side. It's almost like a stroke. So I can't really feel on my right side. There's a lot of things that happen, and it was some hard times. I'm telling you. I was blindsided by fear. My wife, who was not my wife at the time, but we had both of the girls, and she was blindsided as well. With fear and then the struggles of me not being able to work, her having to take care of me. I was pretty much like a baby. So, and we had we had Karma, who was a year and a half old.
You weren't born yet.
Had Kylie who was 3 and a half.
3.5, yeah.
And yeah, these guys weren't even born yet.
We were still out in somewhere in the universe.
But that kind of goes with what I'm going to say later. Hard times. There's seasons in life, right? So just because you're maybe in winter now, you may be having hard times. It may be dark. It may be, cold. You feel a lot like you're alone. It may feel like you're in winter now, but right around the corner is spring. Right around the corner is new life, new beginnings. So, don't fret. What? Why do you keep hitting me?
What do you mean? I'm not hitting you.
Don't get too. You're kneeing me.
No.
Don't get too crazy. Feeling like you can't go anymore. You know what I mean? Because eventually those storms are gonna pass. Everything is gonna pass. Good, bad.
There's one video where this dude's playing checkers. He has one piece left, and then this dude has all his pieces, and he just goes through and takes all of them on one go. It's not checkers. I think it's like chess thing.
So anyways, that's, you know,
whatever it is. Chess is with the little tall pieces.
That's one of the things I was going to talk about. So that was one of our hard times. One of our things we had to figure out how to deal with and learn. You know, again, there's seasons in life. Just because it's winter now doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that. Right around the corner comes spring. Right around the corner comes, you know, growth. Here comes the warmth. You know what I mean? And when I say that is because, you know, in 2008 with the aneurysm, and you know, 2 years later, these two were born. You know, so even though at the time
we're present to you for living.
And even though at the time I felt like giving up at times, even though at that moment I was going through a lot of hard times, my wife was going through a lot of hard times, but here we are today, and we got twin world order. So there you go, spring, man. There's always something greater around the corner, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it can be real great. Okay.
Yay.
What's some of the hard times that you guys have had to deal with? You know, you haven't been on this earth for very long, but I know that.
Buzzy.
Yeah, so we've had to deal with some unfortunate passings with some people that are with a pet that was very well loved. You know, we just lost Oz not that long ago, and that was something that they had to learn to deal with. That was a hard time that you guys had to figure out how to navigate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everybody's gonna go through hard times. What?
This wasn't as hard because we didn't really know her very much. Donna.
Yeah, I'm having to, you know. So there's a lot of hard times that we can go through. But you know, you gotta kind of be honest with yourself. Quick, you gotta kind of be honest with yourselves, because you know everybody's gonna go through hard times, and nobody is ever an ace when it comes to going through hard times, right? We all go through hard times, and we all have struggles trying to figure out how to navigate those hard times.
What about that one girl that's like perfect in that one movie? What's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, with these guys, I try to raise warriors. I try to, you know, teach them and raise them to be able to approach all of their problems and make the best of it. And they've learned that not only through me, but through, you know, for instance, wrestling, right? So wrestling's a great sport to teach you how to persevere and go above and beyond your problems, right? It also teaches you that hard work and dedication is the way to victory. You have nobody to blame but yourself in a situation like wrestling, where you know, if you take a loss in wrestling, you know, there's not a team. You can't blame a team. It's all on you. Obviously, you weren't putting in the work and the dedication that your opponent was. So, you know, wrestling is a great sport to teach you how to deal with hard times. So, if you're out there and you want to try a sport that's going to teach you, you know, that type of deal, how to overcome adversities and stuff, man, wrestling is the way to go. So hard times, you know, the deal is a lot of, you know, hard times are going to be like a giant in your life. You're just going to have to face them head on and move forward. I mean, that's just how it's going to have to be. Hard times will determine the outcome of your future and your life. If you yield to them, then hard times will actually overtake your life. So, we're a creature of habit. So if you let hard times beat you down, eventually you that's all you ever experience is hard times, right? Because you feel like you can't catch a break. But in reality, you're putting yourself in that situation to where you feel like you can't catch a break. There's always going to be somebody in life that has a harder or worse than you, and they may be sitting back dreaming to have the life that you have right now. So don't let the hard times take over your life. Beat you up. So that can be hard times. They're gonna be the outcome of your life. So you have to face it and move towards it, and take it on to the fullest. Again, like I said, life has seasons or chapters. Don't let a bad day ruin the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Just because this chapter is not going the way you want, just because this chapter is not a good chapter, doesn't mean that when you turn the page, the next chapter ain't gonna be something amazing, something great, right? But when you do go through hard times, one of the things that I have to say is you're gonna have to take accountability and do a little bit of self-reflection, right? Because it's easy to take your hard times out on other people. That's one of the things that I regret the most about when I had my aneurysm, is I tended to take it out on other people when I was frustrated or had more of a struggle than I would liked. What are you doing, dude? Seriously.
It's a magic trick, see? Yeah, your hand disappears. See, it goes there, but...
Okay, but we're in the middle of the thing.
Yeah, we're in the middle of something.
So yeah.
3 weeks later.
See, you got me all messed up. You gotta take accountability, though. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You gotta take accountability, and self-reflect, because it's easy to take it out, hard times on other people, and that's something that I regretted. But it's also something that I think you learn over a period of time. As you mature and as you grow.
Can't hard times also cause
one of the hardest questions when it comes to having a hard time, one of the hardest questions to get over, yes, anger issues. One of the hardest questions to get over, though, when you do experience hard times, is why. You get to a point where you're having so many hard times. It seems like one thing after another, and so you want to sit there and you want to say, why is it happening to me? Why can't I get past this? Why can't I do that? Why can't I? Well,
you kept saying can't, and you're trying to be can't.
Yeah, there we go. So that's one of those things, like I say, you guys, you can. And why can you?
Because we're Vincents.
That's right. So you can't, the why is something you have to get past, man. And like he said, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why can't it happen to somebody else? That's not something you can. And you can get past a hard time.
One time you said something about impossible, like, I'm impossible or something. Yeah.
The word impossible actually says I am possible, so don't tell me that it's impossible.
You told us that one time when we were in school.
Yep.
I remember it.
So yeah, that's one of the hardest questions to get over, when you are going through some hard times, is why. But you also got to understand that, there's benefits of having hard times. hard times are going to show you what in life is important. When you have a hard time, it's going to show you everything that you took advantage or didn't really think anything about. A hard time is gonna put that out there. You know what I mean? You'll never get better at anything, including life, when things are easy, right? You'll never grow when things are easy. So hard times are almost like it's something that you should when somebody says, I'm having, a hard time with this, a hard time with that, I mean, really stop and think though. Really stop and think.
My eye itches.
Really stop and think though, because like I said, you will never get better, you'll never grow if times stay easy. Yeah, stay easy, okay? Not that you shouldn't enjoy the times that are easy. You should enjoy the times that are easy.
Technically, the opposite of flower.
But, like I said, nothing can grow and nothing. You can't get better if everything stays easy. And something that hard times.
Cactuses grow flowers.
Or easy times, easy times will.
It's like it's rough and it feels good.
Easy times will undermine your confidence. Once you stop facing challenges, you lose confidence in your abilities, right? So, if you went to a wrestling, you guys are good wrestlers. If you guys went to a wrestling meet, right? And there wasn't enough kids in your division, in your weight class, right? And so they just gave you a medal. And say that happens. Say that happens several times. What happens?
You'll start forgetting what to do.
Well, it's not that you'll even forget. It's just that it undermines your confidence. You start to lose the confidence in your own abilities, right? Then when you go to a meet there's 15 kids and you're saying weight
pounds
in your same weight division or your same weight class, then you start thinking, oh crap, man, these kids are probably better than me. These kids are this, these kids are that. But if you wouldn't have went through all those easy wins, then you would think, man, the last 3 meets I placed. I went through all those kids. I placed in the last 3 meets through all those kids. I can do it again, right? Hard times will show us our abilities, but it'll also expose our weaknesses, right? Again, with wrestling, when you're on that mat and you're trying for a pin, you can't get that pin. Okay, you're trying to score points, but it just seems like they're not coming. Those hard times are, they're showing your abilities. They're showing you what you can do, right? They can show you things that you don't really need to work on, but at the same time, it's going to show you all of your weaknesses, things that you need to work on in order to get that pin or in order to get those points, right?
Wait, so it's like a Lego game. You always start out with those easy levels that you're like, yeah, you can run all those dudes and you press a button and boom. And then you get those levels where you're like, you gotta do this and then this and then this, and then you gotta build this and then you gotta go over here and do this.
Yeah. And you get frustrated because you feel like that's too hard, right? But that's only because
it's done that to us in Lego games.
But you get frustrated because you think that level's too hard, right? And you almost want to turn the game off. But it's only because the levels before that were so easy that this level seems twice as hard. Okay, then what happens? You figure it all out and you beat that level, right?
Mainly with YouTube videos.
And you think, but that's still though, that's you dealing with your hard times, right? That was a hard level. That was a hard time.
Sometimes
you said,
one lever and boom.
and you said, you know what? I gotta sit back and think. And so you sit back and you get a video. You do a video. You watch a video, and you.
I'm the one that you.
And you attack it in a different manner, right? And then you beat that level. And then it didn't seem that hard. Then you're like, man, really? Like you just said, man, really? I just had to hit a level or a lever.
That was
Or
him.
whatever. Okay.
Normally, what? What? One time we were in.
Hold on. You didn't say that?
Mm-mm.
You said that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you guys twins?
Your mom. But yeah, one time we were playing. What was it? Way Out and Way Out, and we didn't have to look up a video.
Why is it that no matter what our topic is, you have some way you can drag, and I mean drag, a video game into the topic, into the show?
We already done the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, but even in life, even when we're just talking, we ain't talking to the people out there. We're not talking to the twinners. We're just talking just like we do, like this, only just ourselves. You guys have you figure out a way to bring in a video game in every conversation. Maybe we need to limit your video game times.
No.
Anyways.
Oh, can I do the thing real quick? I think that'll be like that.
We've already had this
I
discussion.
know, but it still bothers me.
So anyways, that's our show today, right?
Ow,
Hard times, everybody goes through
Isn't
them.
it with this hand?
Everybody
With this
goes
hand.
through them. Boys,
Do this.
I swear.
It just bothers us, okay? Yeah, it's this hand.
I swear.
He chiseled it away. No, that'd be...
Anyways,
Let's chisel.
that's been our show. Dealing with hard times. You know, everybody has. You go through life, man, and you're gonna have hard times. Period. That's all there is to it. Just got to figure out how to navigate. And you know, again.
What's that saying? It's
Again.
like
Again, if you're going through hard times, don't let it beat you down.
Science.
Don't let it beat you down. Go talk to somebody. You know, family member, friends. Talk to somebody though. You never know. Somebody else might have already been through the same things that you're going through, and they might be able to tell you.
Wait, what if it's did you murder somebody?
They might be able to tell you ways to get through it. Okay, so don't be afraid to
turn yourself in.
Don't be afraid to talk to somebody, because I guarantee you, you're not alone. Or no matter what the problem is you're going through, I guarantee you, you are not alone.
Even if it's murder.
No.
There's no psychopath out there.
Anyways.
Well, the fact. Yeah, you said any problem. So.
That's it, twinners.
That's a problem.
That's it, ladies and
Wait, I have one
gentlemen.
more
No,
thing.
we're not doing this whole thing.
It's from science. It's something about it's something about experiments. And you fail, you learn something. And do you keep trying? Yeah. I don't know, it's something from science. I don't know.
Anyways.
That was you.
So that's been our show. Dealing with hard times.
What is the last one? You said that's been our show. Okay. Oh no, he's turning into paper. Oh no! Take him out of the paper world.
You guys ready to wrap this up?
Sure.
Jeez. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Dad Talks. It's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Until next Wednesday.
I mean, it's kind of been.
Until next
This is
Wednesday.
TWO,
2 fingers
you better
up.
recognize TWO, you know we on the rise. TWO, the limit is the sky. TWO, we one of a kind. TWO, Rock and Blaze, podcast, video games, whatever you name it. Bringing positivity to the world, we trying to change it. So just call us. Twin World Order, let's go.